was drifting slow through streets painted gold by the setting sun. September arrived with a gentle smile, and somehow life felt lighter than before. The city hummed a quiet melody, a shadow stretched across the avenue, and every beautiful thing I remember begins with September and you. The leaves were turning amber, dancing softly in the park. We found a little corner cafe and stayed there long after dark. You laughed over your coffee while the rain tapped on the glass, and for a moment time stood still, afraid to let the feeling pass. The world outside kept moving, cars and strangers passing through, but nothing felt more important than sharing that afternoon with you. The air was full of promise, the sky was clear and blue, and every ordinary moment became extraordinary with you. No grand plans, no perfect lines, just two hearts learning how happiness feels in real time. September with you felt like a dream come true. Every sunset wore a brighter shade, every sky looked new. September with you, every little thing photographed, like the moon was hanging lower, just to watch us through the night. If love had a season, if joy had a view, it would look just like September and feel just like you. We walked beside the shoreline barefoot where the waves would run, collecting little memories beneath the fading sun. You spoke about tomorrow, I spoke about today, and somehow all my worries quietly slipped away. The music from a distant bar floated softly through the air, and every note seemed written for the moments that we shared. I learned that love isn't thunder, it doesn't always arrive on cue. Sometimes it's found in simple days spent laughing next to you. No fireworks, no crowded stage, just a beautiful story written page by page. September with you felt like a dream come true. Every sunset wore a brighter shade, every sky looked new. September with you, every little thing felt right, like the moon was hanging lower just to watch us through the night. If love had a season, if joy had a view, it would look just like September and feel just like you. And maybe years from now, when autumn fills the air, I'll hear a distant melody and find you waiting there. In every golden evening, in every falling leaf, you'll remain the sweetest memory time could never take from me. Because some moments never leave, no matter what we do. The neon sign is flickering, outside the window glow.
The coffee's gone half cold again, but I still can't let go.
The jukebox plays a lonely tune, the same one we love most. And every midnight brings me back to you and your ghost.
I still sit at our corner booth every Saturday afternoon, watching strangers come and go, pretending that I'm fine.
The waitress knows my order, she doesn't have to ask, but she still leaves an empty cup beside me from the past.
I walk same old avenue, past the places we once knew.
Every street light paints a memory. Every shadow looks like you. I tell myself it's over.
I tell myself you've gone,
but somehow every broken road still leads me back home.
time keeps moving forward,
But some hearts stay behind,
and love leaves little echoes that
never leave your mind. Midnight coffee and your ghost sitting closer than before. You're not here to hold my hand, but I still feel you near the door.
midnight coffee and your ghost
Dancing through the smoke and blue. The night's still full of people, but it only feels like you. And every sip and every toast still belongs to you and your ghost.
The saxophone is crying now, like it knows my secret well. Every note a conversation. I was never meant to tell.
Your favorite song comes drifting by, slow and bittersweet, and suddenly I see your smile in every passing breeze.
I'd found your old photograph, folded in a coat last wound, and for a moment I could hear the words you used to speak.
Funny how a memory can hit just like the rain, falling through a clear blue sky without a warning or a name.
Some nights I almost call you,
Some nights I let it be,
because the hardest goodbyes never truly leave. coffee and your ghost.
Sitting closer than before. You're not here to hold my hand, but as companion. The ballroom lights were sparkling like diamonds in the air.
The band was playing softly and magic settled there.
1,000 people dancing, 1,000 stories inside,
But only one would change our lives that night.
I came with no expectations, just another Saturday. A favorite dress, a little jazz, and plans to dance the night away.
The trumpet sang, the rhythm swung, the crowd moved side to side. Then I saw someone across the room who made the whole world shine.
I noticed you beside the stage, laughing with your friends. And somehow in that single glance, the ordinary seemed to end.
I forgot the conversations, forgot the drink in my hand.
Because suddenly the music had a different kind of plan. The room grew brighter,
The night felt new,
like every melody was leading me to you. It started with a smile, a simple little smile. And suddenly the stars came down to dance with us a while.
It started with a glance, a chance that felt so right. Two hearts finding rhythm in the middle of the night.
The band kept swinging,
The moon kept shining through,
but the most beautiful thing that evening was meeting you. We danced through every number, from the first tune to the last. The brass section kept soaring as the hours drifted past.
You told me all your stories, I shared a few of mine.
And every word between us felt perfectly in time.
The piano laughed beneath us, the drums knew where to go. The saxophones were painting dreams in colors warm and gold.
I don't remember leaving, I don't remember the crowd.
I only remember how my heart was suddenly singing loud.
Some moments change forever,
Some moments simply fly.
but this one felt like destiny passing quietly by.
Started with a smile, a simple little smile.
And suddenly the stars came down to dance with us a
It
while.
started with a glance, a chance that felt so right.
Two hearts finding rhythm in the
Middle of the night,
The band kept swinging,
the moon kept shining through.
but the most beautiful thing that evening was meeting you.
Maybe life had been preparing us,
Through every road we'd known,
every wrong turn,
every place we'd roam,
until one night beneath the lights with music in the air.
two strangers found a future waiting quietly there.
And though the song was ending, something new had just begun.
And story written gently to the beat of swinging drums.
A jubilant conversation between soaring trumpets, Norb Treinwald's dancing saxophones,
Bright piano runs
and rhythmic guitar comping, building excitement like two hearts discovering love. It started with a smile, a simple little smile, and suddenly forever didn't seem so far away.
It started with a glance, a chance that changed our lives.
Two hearts finding harmony beneath the midnight sky. The band kept swinging,
The dancers twirled on through.
but the greatest thing that happened was meeting you. It started with a smile,
And every dream came true.
the sweetest song the band ever played was the one that led me to you.
The barroom lights grew softer,
The final notes were played,
but neither one of us forgot the promise that night made.
the music faded slowly, the stars remained in view.
And every beautiful beginning
Still starts with meeting you.
The rain came down on Beale Street slow, like it had nowhere left to go. A neon sign blinked tight and warm, while another lonely night was born. A saxophone cried from somewhere deep, the kind of sound that steals your sleep. And every note that filled the room painted my heart in shades of blue. I found a seat beside the stage, where memories turned another page. The bartender knew me by my name and knew exactly why I came. I ordered coffee, black as sin, tried to keep the hurt locked in, but then that sax began to play, and all my walls just slipped away. It sang about the nights we danced, the foolish dreams, the second chance, the promises we used to keep, now drifting somewhere out of reach. Some songs don't need a single word to tell the truth you've always heard. A broken heart knows every line of a saxophone in B minor. Saxophone blew in B minor, crying where the shadows fall. Every note pulls me deeper, back to when I had it all. Saxophone blew in B minor, like your whisper in the dark, turning every midnight memory into a spark inside my heart. And I swear I hear your name in every lonely refrain of that saxophone blue through the rain. The drummer brushed the evening slow, the bass walked low and soft below, the piano lingered in between, like a ghost of what had been. I closed my eyes and saw your face, felt your hand in its old place. For a moment you were sitting there, smiling through the the smoky air. Then the trumpet joined the pain, like tears against a window pane. And every chord the band would play made me wish you'd found a way. Outside the city rolled along, inside I drowned inside a song. While strangers danced and glasses shined, I was still somewhere behind. Funny how a melody can unlock every memory and carry all the love you knew inside a single shade of blue. Saxophone blue in B minor, crying where the shadows fall. Every note pulls me deeper, back to when I had it all. Saxophone blue in B minor, like your whisper in the dark, turning every midnight memory into a spark inside my heart. And I swear I hear your name in every lonely refrain of that saxophone blue, playing through the rain. Maybe somewhere you're still listening to the records we adore. Maybe when the night gets quiet, you still hear these chords. And if music really carries pieces of the souls we've known, then part of you is in that sax, and part of me is in its tone. So let it cry, let it moan, let it tell the truth I've never shown. A slow blues guitar bends into the darkness, answering the saxophone's sorrowful cry. Each note lingering like an unfinished goodbye, floating through smoke, rain, every note another photograph, every chord another pain. Saxophone blue in B minor, the sound of missing you, a melody that keeps on.
city lights were glowing on the sidewalks after dark. A lonely saxophone was painting little shadows through the park. The night seemed ordinary, like 100 nights before. Then fate pulled up a chair for us, no bend up the door. I came carrying dreams I was still trying to understand. You arrived with that easy smile, coffee in your hand. Then she walked in laughing softly, like a melody set free. And somehow all the empty spaces found their harmony. We took a table by the window, watched the traffic rolling by, sharing stories, sharing moments, watching midnight fill the sky. The jukebox played some old blues, the piano joined along, and before we even noticed, the night became a song. Not every story's written with heartbreak and goodbyes. Sometimes joy appears in unexpected disguises. Sometimes happiness is simple, nothing more to prove. Just finding the right people to share the rhythm and groove. Me, you and her, laughing through the night. 3 hearts under neon lights. Everything felt right. Me, you and her, singing with the band, like we had all the answers without needing a plan. And when the blues played softly, every worry disappeared, because happiness was sitting right there with us here. She laughed when you started dancing. You laughed when I missed the beat. And somehow every little moment made the night feel complete. Outside the city hurried, chasing places left to go. But inside that little jazz club, time was moving slow. The bartender kept smiling, the trumpet sang so sweet, the drummer brushed the rhythm like footsteps down the street. We talked about tomorrow, about dreams and where they'd lead. And for a few perfect hours, we had everything we need. Maybe life is made of moments that arrive and disappear. But some become forever the second they appear. And even years from now, one thing will still be clear: the best nights are the ones spent with people you hold dear. Me, you and her, laughing through the night, three hearts under neon lights. Everything felt right. Me, you and her, singing with the band, like we had all the answers without needing a plan. And when the blues played softly, every worry disappeared, because happiness was sitting right there with us here. One day the roads may change and life may lead us far apart, but nothing can erase the way that night lives in my heart. It wasn't about forever or who belonged to who. It was about a beautiful moment that felt honest and true.
The rain keeps falling on the avenue tonight, painting silver rivers under neon light.
The city hums a lonely tune from somewhere in the dark, and every glowing sign reminds me of your heart.
Another midnight comes and goes, another blue song plays its part. Beneath the glow of endless streets,
neon lights on a broken heart.
I still pass that corner diner where we used to stay till dawn. The coffee tasted sweeter then, before everything went wrong.
The jukebox knew our favorite song, the waitress knew our names. Now every booth feels empty, though nothing here has changed.
I still walk along the river where we talked about forever, watching reflections break apart, like promises that couldn't weather.
The skyline looks the same tonight. The moon hangs where it should,
but every familiar place feels strange without you for good.
Funny how the city keeps breathing,
even when your world falls apart,
and every light keeps shining on the pieces of your heart.
like a memory that won't surrender,
like a ghost always near. And no matter where I go,
no matter where I stop,
I still see your shadow in the neon lights on a broken heart. The saxophone is crying softly from a bar across the road. Every note sounds like a secret only lonely people know.
I close my eyes and see you laughing like you never went away. Then reality comes rushing back with every note they play.
I found your old photographs inside a jacket from last fall.
And for a second I could hear
your footsteps in the hall.
Funny how a simple picture can stop a man in time,
Turning yesterday into a place he visits in his mind. Some fade with the seasons,
some stay beneath the skin,
and some old loves keep living long after they should have been. Neon lights on a broken heart, burning bright through the dark.
every color tells a story
of the way we fell apart. Neon lights on a broken heart, dancing on these empty streets, like a memory that won't surrender, like a ghost I always meet. And no matter where I go,
no matter where I start,
I still see your shadow in the neon lights on a broken heart. If I could borrow one more evening,
if I could steal one last penny,
I'd tell you all the things I buried. I'd ask for one more chance.
but the city keeps on moving and the years keep rolling by.
So we'll leave our love in yesterday beneath a restless sky.
Maybe that's what heartbreak is. Not anger, not regret,
Just carrying a
The rain was drawing silver lines across the cafe window glass. A lonely city breathing slow, holding on to moments that wouldn't last. The piano whispered softly, the streetlights blurred in blue, and somewhere in the quiet I already knew. You arrived just like you always did, a little late, a gentle smile, carrying that familiar warmth that made the world feel right for a while. The waitress knew our table, the corner by the door, where we'd spent 100 evenings dreaming about so much more. But tonight the air felt different, like the room could sense goodbye. Even the jazz band sounded fragile underneath the evening sky. I watched your fingers trace the cup the same way they used to trace my hand, and wondered how two hearts in love could reach a place they didn't plan. There were 1,000 words between us, none of them easy to say. Sometimes love doesn't disappear, it simply loses its way. So here we are, one last evening, one last song before the lights go down. Still looking at each other like we're afraid to make a sound. You still feel like home, you still feel like truth, but some roads keep dividing no matter what we do. And the hardest thing I've ever known is loving you enough to say goodbye. Outside the traffic kept moving, people laughed beneath umbrellas. The world continued turning like it hadn't heard our hearts surrender. You told me you'd be leaving, chasing dreams across the sea, and I smiled the way brave people do when they're trying not to break visibly. I remembered summer mornings, the record spinning in your room, dancing barefoot in the kitchen, believing we'd outlast the moon. Funny how forever can fit inside a photograph, 1,000 tiny memories hidden in a single laugh. I wanted time to stop, to stay inside that fragile place, but clocks don't wait for heartbreak, and neither does fate. So here we are, one last evening, one last dance with everything we knew. The music keeps on playing, but every note feels colored blue. You still feel like home, you still feel like light, but some stars shine together only for a little while. And the hardest thing I've ever known is loving you enough to say goodbye. Maybe years from now you'll hear this melody somewhere, a saxophone drifting through the dark like a memory in the air. Maybe you'll remember the girl who loved you through it all, the one who learned that true love letting someone fall into the life they're meant to find. And if our paths never cross again, please know one thing is true: every beautiful part of me will always carry you. So here we are, one last evening, the final page before the story ends. No anger in the silence, no enemies, no broken friends, just two souls standing in the glow. And everything we built and everything we'll never know, you still feel like home, you still feel like truth. And if I had another lifetime, I'd still choose you. But tonight the city takes our names and carries them away, while I hold your memory like a song that wants to stay. The rain grows softer, the cafe closes down, the chairs are lifted slowly, the streets grow quiet now. You walk away, I watch the distance grow, and somewhere deep inside my heart a final note hangs low. The band has stopped playing, but I still hear the tune of the last time I saw you. On one last evening in June. The neon sign was flickering outside the window pane. A saxophone was whispering like it knew my pain. The room was full of strangers, the whiskey flowed like wine. And then you walked in wearing that velvet dress of mine. You moved across the dance floor like a slow September breeze. Every eye was following. You brought the room to its knees. The band kept playing blue notes, the drummer brushed the time, and I remembered every promise you once called divine. You smiled like nothing happened, like history could be erased. But I still knew the secrets hidden behind your face. The perfume hadn't changed, neither had your grace. But love had left the building, leaving only empty space. Some hearts break loud,
looking like an angel, while you buried us alive. Velvet dress, velvet lights, dancing with another guy. The room keeps spinning slowly, but I'm still asking why. You wore love like a diamond, then left it out to die. Wrapped in a velvet dress and velvet lights. Cried beside me like an old familiar friend. It knew some stories never healed, they only learn to bend. I watched you spin and laugh like we were never real, while every note the band played open wounds I couldn't seal. Remember that old rooftop where we dreamed about forever? You swore we'd face the storms together, no matter what the weather. Expensive, like something sold for gold, and every memory we built feels colder than the cold. Funny how the truth arrives long after love is gone, leaving little shadows where the sunlight once belonged. Velvet dress, velvet lights, shining underneath the lights, looking like a fairy tale that vanished overnight. Velvet lights, hidden in those smoky eyes. The band keeps playing Heartbreak while another dream goodbye. You wore love like a diamond and left it out to die, wrapped in a velvet dress and velvet lights. Funny, I was blinded by the way you held my hand. Maybe I believed too much in castles built on sand. Maybe you loved me once, maybe you really tried, or maybe all that's left of us is the truth you couldn't hide. The saxophone keeps crying, the piano understands. Some endings aren't explosions, just strangers making plans. A slow blues guitar bends through the darkness,
sanctified.
The neon sign was glowing on a warm Tennessee night. A saxophone was swaying beneath the amber light. I walked into that old blues bar with nothing much to prove. Fate poured one more bourbon and introduced me to you. I was sitting by the counter, watching memories drift away, letting the band play heartache for the people who came to stay. Then you laugh beside the jukebox like sunshine through the smoke, and every lonely thought I had vanished with that joke. The bartender kept smiling like he knew something I didn't know, while the piano rolled so easy and the bass walked soft and low. You asked if I liked dancing. I said maybe after two, but halfway through the first slow song I was already lost in you. Funny how a single moment can turn the whole world around when you're busy looking down and love comes walking into town. These bourbon tears ain't falling tonight, they're shining like diamonds in the light. Every drop of yesterday turned into something bright. These bourbon tears taste sweet somehow, like every dream that's happening now. The blues are smiling back at me since you came around. And for the first time in years, I'm raising a glass to Bourbon Tears. The trumpet sang a little louder, the drummer brushed the groove. The whole room felt like it was dancing to the rhythm of me and you. We talked about old records, road trips and favorite songs, and somehow every conversation felt like where I belonged. Outside the city carried on, cars rolling through the night, but inside that little blues club, everything felt right. You took my hand and spun me slow. The crowd faded from view, and every broken piece of me started feeling new. Sometimes happiness arrives without a warning sign, like a melody you didn't know you'd been waiting for your whole life. These bourbon tears ain't falling tonight, they're shining like diamonds in the light. Every drop of yesterday turned into something bright. These bourbon tears taste sweet somehow, like every dream that's happening now. The blues are smiling back at me since you came around. And for the first time in years, I'm raising a glass to bourbon tears. Maybe all those lonely evenings, all the roads that led nowhere, were just the universe preparing me for finding you standing there. Maybe every old heartbreak had a reason after all, to teach my heart how to recognize a love worth catching when it falls. Tonight the moon hangs easy, the band is feeling strong, and for once my favorite blues song doesn't sound sad at all. A warm blues guitar dances with a joyful saxophone, trading melodies filled with hope and celebration, like two hearts discovering that happiness can swing too. These bourbon tears ain't falling tonight, they're glowing in the neon light. Every goodbye behind me now help bring me here tonight. These bourbon tears taste sweet somehow, and I finally understand it now. Sometimes the blues don't break your heart, sometimes they turn it around. These bourbon